we break down while you get up? Stuck here pouring it out.
All right. Welcome to Tea Time with Emily. I'm here with Katlyn.
Hi. I'm a musician from Lawrence, Kansas, and I have a lot of cool stuff coming up this year. I have 2 full-length albums that I just finished, and then I am about to head down to South by Southwest. And
Cool.
yeah, I'm really excited. It'll be my 3rd year going, but this is the first year I won't be going with my other band, Cowboy Indian Bear. I'll just be taking La Guerre, my project.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm heading down there in about a week, and I'm very excited. Um, we'll be playing a lot of shows. We have I think like 7 or 8 shows booked down there, so it'll be fun and busy. And then I've been just trying to do some fundraising for a hopeful upcoming European tour in July.
Oh,
where
that would be
I'll
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm it's very like nerve-wracking in a positive way. Like I'm very I started booking it in August,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really, really different booking in Europe versus the United States.
Mm-hmm.
So but I've adapted, I feel like, finally, and it'll be my first actual overseas tour, so I'm really hoping
Cool.
to be able to fund that and do that. Yeah.
So you were telling me about how you've already networked with a bunch of people there. So hopefully, you'll have a lot of shows booked. That would be so neat. Yeah.
Yes.
Kind of just paving the way for when you get there. Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I am intending on doing 18 shows.
Mm-hmm.
I have about half of those booked. So I'll be flying to London and starting in London and kind of going.
I'm jealous. I love London.
Yeah. And going down through Wales and then up to Ireland and up through Scotland, and then a final show in Paris. So I'm very, very excited. I'm nervous, but very excited.
That's really cool. It's kind of like taking a leap of faith, like just going for it, and I really admire people who do that. Cool.
Yeah, it's definitely like somewhat devastating to realize that. I mean, when you want to do things, you just have to do them. Like I feel like people are always waiting for like the right time or something like that, but you really just have to do it yourself.
Yeah, that's true. So I'm a huge fan of improv singing. Are you?
Yeah.
Do you want to sing anything?
Sure. Is there anything you'd like me to sing?
Oh, I don't know. Sometimes me and friends, we just like sing back and forth. It's like an opera in daily life. Do you ever do that with your friends?
I do that with my boyfriend, who's right next to me playing some video games right now. But I sing all the time, no matter what. That's like I've been like that my whole life. Like walking down the halls in school, I just like sing to myself and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always joke, but it's really true that like 90% of the conversations that Chris and I have are via song. So
are you familiar with the Sing Everything You Say Day? Have you heard
No.
of that? When I was at KU, there was one day where there was like a big Facebook event invite, and everyone on campus, or a bunch of people on campus, were going to sing everything they said. Well, it didn't work out for me to do that, but I was always like kind of sad I didn't do that because it's kind of cool.
It sounds really, really fun.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm always up for that. I always love singing. So.
Do you want to try it?
Yeah, let's try it.
Okay.
You want to start us off?
Okay.
Sorry.
Hello, Katlyn. How are you doing? I hope that you're having a good day. I'm embarrassed.
My day's a little stressful, but it's getting better, and hopefully it will get better even more this weekend. I have some shows and some practices to get ready for South by Southwest.
I figure if you're gonna be silly, may as well be all the way silly.
Oh,
It's so
please.
fun. By the way, that's a very nice shirt you're wearing.
I really love the color of your lipstick. It's really pretty, and I wish I had some myself.
Why, thank you.
You're welcome.
I love the 1950s ladies who wear this in the kitchen. Or do you know what I'm talking about? Like those ladies
Yeah.
in the 1950s who always look perfect. I like have those aprons, like those 50s housewife aprons, and I just love it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. My friend, I never had an apron before ever, and my friend for like Christmas, super randomly, because I've been cooking a lot lately, and so she got me an apron, and yeah, I'm obsessed with it.
Yeah, that and the high-heeled shoes, like the apron and the big skirt, and it's just so much.
Yeah.
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 Or like if company comes over, you time it right so that cookies are just coming out of the oven and you have your apron. I did that a couple times. It was kind of fun.
I don't think I'm that good to time it perfectly, but I try. Yeah.
Sometimes I think there's ladies who do that and then they wait till 10 minutes before company gets there, and so the house smells perfect. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. But
And
I
then
do that just be ironic sometimes.
Yeah. And then some people just buy candles that smell like cookies and light them,
Oh,
so that it always smells like that.
Yeah, like my boyfriend had a candle. I think it was a Paula Deen candle, and I was teasing him. I was like, "Is this butter, butter scented?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just her candles are literally just like a jar of butter that you light on fire.
That's awesome. Yeah.
That's really funny.
So what's the weather like in Kansas? I really miss it.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't miss it right now. It's really cold. I actually just went, the beginning of February, I went to Florida to visit my dad who just moved down there. And we had just gotten a ton of snow in Kansas. And then I went to Florida and it was like in the 80s and it was beautiful. And I got like sunburnt and it was just like awesome. And then I came back here and it was like kind of better. But yeah, it's been freezing. And then tomorrow we're in a winter weather watch and we're supposed to get 9 inches of snow.
Oh, wow.
And it's supposed to be super, super cold. So I'm not looking forward to that, but it's fun. I think just getting so excited for like Austin and stuff like that. I'm over it. Like I just want to be in Austin and I want to be wearing like tank tops and going swimming.
That would be great. So,
yeah.
So what's your favorite part of touring? Do you have a favorite part?
I really love just like playing for the first time for like audiences that haven't heard my music, just because I mean I'm always obviously very interested in what people think about it, and I feel like sometimes, or at least I think, maybe it's totally wrong, that I feel like sometimes I like come out on stage and people expect to hear like something specific, and I'd like to think that I kind of like surprise them. And so that's always kind of exciting, just as a musician, like going out and kind of being excited and almost nervous about like what people are gonna think, but I'm confident and I just really want to spread my music around. So I love getting new fans and things like that. Other than that, I mean, I love just like hanging out with my friends and having adventures together, which is always going to happen, no matter where you're at, like something always not like wrong, but something always goes weird or something. But it's so fun. Like it's never, even like things, if you get like stranded on a road or something, like they're miserable, but they're just an adventure too. So it's fun. I like it. I've been doing it pretty steadily for about the last a little over 4 years now, just touring a lot, and I never get sick of it. Like it's a welcome vacation, even though it's work. Yeah.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Do you have any inspiration as far as music, like people you look up to musically?
I always say Bright Eyes Conroy Burst is always going to be like my number one forever, just because I grew up like a Saddle Creek kid and saw my first Bright Eyes concert when I was like 12. So I'll always I definitely blame him for me wanting to like do this kind of music for the rest of my life, being kind of like more of a band setting versus I was in choirs a lot, and my mom was like an opera singer for a while, so I definitely could have gone a few different ways, but I'm happy that I stuck with this. So definitely Conor Oberst, definitely a lot of like new bands. I've always been inspired by like Coco Rosie, just the
them. Yeah.
Yeah. It inspires me a lot to try a lot of new things instrumentally, and yeah, I don't know. I listen to just a lot of music.
And you sent me your album a while back, and I just love it. It's so mellow. And
Thank you.
actually, it's one of my favorite pieces to listen to while I work on spreadsheets, because it just makes the day so much better. But I like spreadsheets anyway.
Yeah, I meant to. I'll have to, when we're done with this, I'll have to send you. I have two new links to stream, because yeah, I have 2 brand new albums that I'm done with now. So, and one of them is in the same vein as the last one, where it's kind of like more chill and electronic, and the other one's a little bit more like organic, like pop kind of stuff. But yeah, I'll send that to you after this, and so you can take a listen to it. I literally just finished. The last one, I just finished it like 2 days ago, so it's still really fresh, and I'm really it's done.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's just kind of continuously pushing myself forward and trying to kind of get to that next step.
So you opened for Florence and the Machine one time, didn't you?
Yes. Yeah.
I remember hearing about that. Oh, it's so cool. Was it fun?
It was really fun. We played the Midland in Kansas City, and it was sold out, and that was the largest venue I've ever played up till this point. And it was really, I mean, it's such a gorgeous venue, and I've seen lots of like shows and musicals and stuff there. There is something really to be said about like smaller venues versus larger venues, though, because as beautiful as the venue was, and as like great as like the sound guys were and everything, there's just like a sound barrier to when you play such a large venue. It kind of feels like you're playing to a brick wall, because it's just like so big that you don't really feel like personal about it, I guess. So I've always heard from like larger musicians about like, oh, you know, still my favorite shows are playing like these small clubs or something. And it really, I feel that way too, because I mean, it's so much more intimate, and you get to really like show yourself, as opposed to you feel like you're just behind like a huge piece of glass when you're playing like a huge venue like that. But that being said, it was an awesome opportunity, and it was really fun. It was really fun.
It's wonderful.
Really, very cool.
I remember singing in a show one time, and the lights were so bright, it was terrifying because I couldn't see the audience. Like, yeah, I just kept squinting. I was like, or trying not to squint because it was so bright. I was like,
too. Yeah, that's always weird too, is playing shows, because mostly it's larger venues, but sometimes even smaller venues, like depending on especially if the stage is like pretty elevated, sometimes they'll just like pour lights on you, and it'll be really hot, but the weirdest thing is just, not being able to see anyone. Yeah. It's so dark, because you know that people are like right there, but you just can't see them. So that's always kind of weird, but yeah, you get used to it.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
That's it for Tea Time with Emily. Thank you, Katlyn.
Thank you.
All right. So.
We break down while you get up. Stuck here pouring it out while you fill up your cup. Take a drink, the surest